This is Volusia Today, a public information radio program brought to you by the County of Volusia. Here is your host, Kevin Captain.
Good morning and welcome to Volusia Today. I'm Kevin Captain, and today I'm joined by co-host Pat Kuhn. Thank you so much for tuning in. Volusia Today is made possible by our sponsors, the Daytona Beach International Airport, the Ocean Center, Volusia Recycles, and Votran Public Transportation. Good morning, Pat. How are you today?
I'm doing great, and I'm still excited about what we did on Tuesday at the County Council meeting. We recognized 6 local veterans who were inducted into the Florida Hall of Fame, the Florida Veterans Hall of Fame. It was a very touching ceremony and very well attended as well.
It sure was, Pat. And for those who did not have the opportunity to see it on Tuesday, our division just finished a video, an unabridged version, the long version, on YouTube and the County of Volusia Facebook. And I watched it last night before it went live, and I got to tell you, it was heartfelt. It just so well done, and all your efforts that you did to pull all those wonderful people together Tuesday was nothing short of extraordinary.
Oh, it was very rewarding. I really enjoyed getting to know these veterans. They're incredible men.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, with that, today, Pat, we've got Lucinda Colee. She's the Director of Library Services for Volusia County. Good morning, Lucinda.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here. So, you know, there's a lot going on in the 14 library branches, and as Pat told me earlier, we were talking. It's not your mother's library, you know. I mean, they're no longer made of collections of books and dust on the shelves and things like that. The card catalogs, what was it, the Dewey Decimal System?
We still use the Dewey Decimal
Do you?
System. Yeah, for nonfiction. You know, that way everything on a specific subject is together. So yeah, public libraries still use Dewey.
Do you still have the little wooden drawers?
No. In 1990 is when we got rid of the card catalog.
With the index cards?
Yes, we barcoded back then every item in the collection. And just a couple years ago, we even did away with the barcodes, and we RFID tagged all of our collection. So they all have smart RFID tags. So if someone comes in, they want to use our self-check, or even at the public service desk, they can check out a stack of books or materials all at the same time. They just put them on the RFID pad, and zoop, they're all checked out.
That is unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, and besides books, I mean, we've got audiobooks, music, and everything is in the library has been morphed into, you know, music, entertainment, things like that. Tell us, you know, overall what the libraries have been doing to keep up with these ever-changing times.
Sure, absolutely. Well, our brand promise in Volusia County Public Library is to change our services, evaluate our services to meet the needs. So we're always evaluating, always changing, adding, taking away to meet the library needs of our residents. So our libraries are very active places. You know, we're not going around shushing people. I mean, we ask people to you know, use a sort of inside voices, I guess. But, you know, we do pop-up programs, cooking programs. We have something called Charlie Carts, and it's part of our Recipe and Reads program. It's nutritional literacy, you know, how to stretch your food budget, that type of thing. So we'll do a pop-up program where they're making muffins or rice or whatever, teaching people different skills right on the floor.
That's amazing.
So, but you know, we have craft programs and music programs. You know, we're teaching people computer skills. You'd think everyone knows how to use a computer, but they don't. So we're continually working with folks. But we also have a new social worker in the library program. So folks who are looking for assistance, maybe they need some assistance with food, or they're looking to apply for child care subsidy, they can come into the library. They can schedule an appointment on our website to work directly with one of our social workers. We have one on staff now, mainly in Daytona, but she schedules appointments at other locations, and we have a second social worker that will be on the west side of the county starting next week.
So anyone can go online and schedule an appointment, and the social worker will rotate between any of the 14 branches?
Absolutely. Yes.
What a great service.
Yeah. So
And there's no charge. It's
there's
free.
no charge.
As long as you need
Free.
a library card.
As long as, you don't even need a library card.
Wow.
So they can just schedule an appointment, or they can walk in if it's a time when she's at that location. But I heard from the New Smyrna Beach branch manager what an impact she's making with some of the residents, helping them find assistance.
That's amazing.
That's a great service.
Yeah, well, it's a pilot project that was funded with American Rescue Plan dollars. So we're hoping it's going to be very successful.
That's excellent.
Oh, very good. Now, when I was a kid, which was a very long time ago, we went to the library for one thing, and that was books. And I remember sitting in this tiny children's room, which was actually in an attic. And I was just thrilled at all the books I could look at. But things have changed, and I understand that books are no longer the number one checked out item.
Well, that's not so fast. I
Oh.
checked that last
I'm wrong.
night. Yeah. Yeah, it used to be not that many years ago. I would say pre-pandemic, we probably circulated a lot of DVDs pre-pandemic, and they had a higher circulation rate because they had a quicker turnover. They only went out for a few days. But when the pandemic hit and folks weren't going out, more people started streaming and finding other resources in their home. So I did look yesterday, and fiction is still the number one.
Oh, good.
And for both ebook, I will tell you in case anyone wants to go check out these books, but on our ebooks, The Girls in the Stilt House by Kelly Mustian has circulated 376 times this calendar year.
Wow.
Yeah, and so that book is very similar to I Know Why the Crawdads Sing, which
boy.
just came out as a movie, this year. So
My wife read that book. She said
Yeah.
it was an amazing book.
Well,
Yeah,
she
wants
should-
to see the movie now.
She should definitely check out The Girls in the Stilt House. She'll like it. And then as far as print, the Dreamtown by David Baldacci has circulated 583 times this
Gosh.
year.
Oh, he's
so we
my
have multiple
favorite.
copies. Yeah. So very good. But yeah, books are still our bread and butter for collection-wise. That's what folks check out. But our hotspots are very popular. We, through the Emergency Connectivity Fund, through the FCC, we were able to increase our collection to 1,000 hotspots. We have 500 AT&T, 500 T-Mobile, and we have about 200 reservations still on each one of those services.
That's a great service. I remember when you first got them, I think you got an allotment of maybe 300, and then you doubled it, and now 1,000. So how many are out on any given day, would you say?
They're all out. They're all out
Wow.
with about 400 people waiting, because we have 200 reservations on the AT&T and 200 on the T-Mobile. So at any given time, they're all checked out.
And how long can someone take those out for?
They go out for 3 weeks.
For 3 weeks.
3
okay.
weeks. We increased it when we increased our numbers. But yeah, we started with like 50. We kept increasing. But there's definitely a need in the community for that Wi-Fi connectivity at home.
Wow.
Oh, very good. And, I write a lot of press releases for the libraries, and so I'm well aware that you do a lot more than check out books and audiobooks and videos. And I'm amazed at all the different programs you have for all ages, ranging from story time to genealogy. Can you start by telling us about the activities you have for children and teens?
Sure, absolutely. Well, we've really been focusing a lot on early literacy and building from there through the different age groups. So we developed a program a couple of years ago, 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten, which encourages our preschoolers and even younger to really start reading, and the parents reading to them in most cases. So that 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten, we graduate them with a trophy when they reach their 1,000 books, and it's a very popular program. And then at the beginning of the pandemic, we developed, Carly Reese, who's a children's librarian in New Smyrna, came up with the idea to have lit kits. And so parents or the guardians fill out a form about the interests of the child, the grade level or the reading level, and then librarians curate materials to check out. So the materials go into a bag, and they add learning activities or a take-home craft. So it's kind of like a little goodie bag with library books, and we've expanded that now to Lit Kit Junior. But we get amazing comments from the parents about how special those kits are, and it really helps working families where you don't have time to spend a lot of time selecting materials to find what their child's interested in. If they tell us that interest, then we can curate and have that ready for them to check out when they come to the library. So that's been very popular, and we're really working on kindergarten readiness. So we have a couple of online programs on our YouTube for sight words and other skills that kids need that maybe aren't in preschool, a preschool program to get ready for going to kindergarten. So we're excited about that, but we've also been concerned that there's been a decrease in reading levels and even math levels because of the pandemic. And so we're trying to work with school-age children as well. And this past summer, we were actually in the Volusia County summer camps with a reading program. We put together a collection of books for each of the 14 camps, and then we worked with the camp counselors who read to the kids, and we had activities. So we're very excited, and we're going to expand that this next summer as well. Teens, and our summer library program for school-age children is huge. So we want to keep the kids reading during the summer, and so we don't have that summer slide. But teens, we offer programs after school for most teens. Teens are a hard group, but we do have a winter reading challenge, and if you go to our website, to our teen page, they can register for the teen reading challenge, which offers prizes for reading.
You've got something for all age groups. We're talking with Lucinda Colee. She is the director of Volusia County Library Services. We'll take a quick break and come back and talk a little bit about entertainment offerings through the library. Stay with us.
Volusia County is our home. If we don't respect it, who will? Litter is a problem, one that we can solve. But it's going to take all of us working together. So when I see people picking up trash, you know what I think? Matter of fact, what I know is that they care. They know what a clean environment means to our families, to our community, and to our county. Sadly, there are numerous illegal dump sites around Volusia County. Cleaning up these sites costs the county and our residents more than $100,000 annually, and you can help. Don't illegally dump tires, trash, or hazardous materials in our environment. Take them to the landfill where they belong. And if you see any illegal dumping site, please report it. What matters is that we all do our part. Don't be a litter bug, and pick up litter when you see it. Every litter bit counts. Let's keep Volusia beautiful.
Welcome back to Volusia Today. I'm Kevin Captain with Pat Kewen, and we're talking to Lucinda Colee. She is the director of Volusia County Library Services. Lucinda, we're talking about all the different programs that are offered through the library, and you touched on, focus on kindergarten, pre-kindergarten, getting into teens, adolescents, and how you try to tailor programs for them. You've got a lot of entertainment things in the library too that are offering. Tell us about some of those.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we try to, everything. It's about lifelong learning, first of all. But so whatever program we have, whether it's cultural or music, there's some sort of aspect to it that's learning. But the after school kids, we try to have engaging programs for them, whether it's a read and feed where we provide some food and they do a reading activity or show a movie. We do a lot with like the Wii game. Gaming system, so the kids, they've been in school all day, and it's hard for them to come into the library and just sit still. So we try to have some crafting, something for everyone, really.
That's amazing.
Hey, let's talk about genealogy now, which is a topic I've been interested in for about the past year. And I know the Volusia County Public Library has all the databases people need to climb their family tree. And that's where I got started. One of your librarians, Kim Dulce, inspired me. And I've managed to find my way all the way back to the Roman Senate.
Oh, wow. That's
Yes.
amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, genealogy is a very popular, I don't even know if you can call it a hobby, because I think people become somewhat obsessed with it. It can be an obsession, which is not a bad thing, to find your roots. And there's programs on television that they see, I think, that inspires people as well. But you're right. We have 3 databases that are a great place to get started. The Ancestry.com, that's the only one that you have to come into a library to use. It's the library version. So visit any of our libraries, and they can get you on a computer to use Ancestry. We also have Fold 3, which is military records. And you can log into that from home with your library card. And then we also have Heritage Quest. But you mentioned Kim Dulce. She's an amazing resource for anyone wanting to get started with genealogy. But we have a couple other librarians. There's one in Ormond, Ray Leonard, who's very good, and Catherine Worthington in Port Orange. So there are resources. And if you go onto our calendar, at volusialibrary.org and search under genealogy as the topic, you'll see that there are interest groups from Edgewater, New Smyrna, DeLand has the Roots and Branches group. So there's programs and groups that meet in a variety of libraries, Daytona, Ormond. So I definitely recommend checking that out to see, to show up at one of those
So if somebody
groups.
wants to just start and get maybe a little background on their family, can they schedule to meet with one of those librarians?
Absolutely. Kim works one-on-one with a lot of folks,
Wow.
as does Ray and Catherine.
That's
So-
great. And Pat, didn't you say that you descended from royalty?
Yes, I did, but me and about a billion other people. But if you dig deep enough, you're going to find some fun surprises in there. I turned up about 20 kings and queens from England and France, and there were also a few traders and one witch, and a few and a lot of rascals in there. It was great fun, and I learned a lot about American history and medieval times.
My brother, just as an aside, traveled to Ireland for a football game in the fall, and then he and his wife traveled to a small town where my ancestors came from in Ireland. So his son had done the research to find that information. So,
Wow, that's cool.
That's fun.
I got to make an appointment and see what's lurking in my family, Pat.
Definitely.
So speaking of additional services, we've got LinkedIn Learning. So you've got a lot of online courses that are free. And you also, I think in the last time you were on the show, you talked to us a little bit about anyone who wants to go back and get their high school diploma. And from an accredited source.
Yes, it's an accredited high school diploma program. It's called Career Online High School. And we work with adults. You have to be 19 or older, Volusia County resident with a library card. The program is completely online, and there's several steps that they go through to check eligibility, to make sure that they want to make sure that they're going to be successful in the program. Not everyone learns well online and so forth. But we've graduated 5 adults. We started in November of 21. We've graduated 5 adults.
Wow.
We have 13 that are currently working on their high school diploma, towards their high school diploma. And we have quite a few that are in the early stages to go forward. And I'm inspired by these folks. We interview them before they're accepted into the program, and I've had the opportunity to sit in on most of those interviews, and really inspired by their stories, why they didn't finish high school, why they want to finish high school. And it's a great program because it is an accredited high school diploma. Many of them go on to then community college or other college. They can transfer their credits, so if they made it through their sophomore year, their junior year, or if they have any GED credits, they can transfer those as well. So it's an awesome program, and really we've been working a little bit with CareerSource. They recommend our program to some of their clients, and the Literacy Council has recommended clients for our program. So we feel like it's really making a difference in those folks' lives and really helps the community.
Absolutely.
Oh, good. So let's talk about Project Hail Mary now. It's a great new science fiction novel by Andy Weir, and it's about a middle school science teacher who suddenly becomes an astronaut, and he's on a mission to save the planet. And the library is planning a whole month-long series of programs about this book. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so that's part of our annual Volusia Reads Together program. And we did select Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Most folks perhaps know him as the author of The Martian. If you haven't read the book, then you've probably seen the movie with Matt Damon. But the book, The Martian, is awesome too, and Project Hail Mary is a great book. So yeah, we have hundreds of programs planned for all ages, book discussions, movies, and of course we have an original play written by our own Karen Polson that will be staged at the Little Theater in New Smyrna Beach. It's called Moonsuit, and it's fiction loosely based on the engineers and seamstresses that worked on developing and sewing the first spacesuits and the materials that they used for that. So we're very excited. And we start March 4th, and it ends in early April with Space Day at the Port Orange Library, which will be a fun-filled day full of lots of activities. I know we have a couple of guest speakers that will be part of the program. At least one's an astronaut. And so we're excited, and we'll have a whole booklet available at the libraries for folks that want to check out what programs we have available. And then, of course, it'll be on our website as well, coming up shortly.
That's excellent. Before we take our next break, Lucinda, I just wanted to ask too, the library's got a mobile technology van, and the county's got an amazing graphic artist that did the artistry on that van. It is so cool. Where is it being deployed, and how can residents check that out? Because it's really something.
Yeah, so we were able to acquire the van and the supplies through a museum and libraries grant, IMLS. And so Ann Collins, who's the Westside Regional Librarian, and she has a team of folks that they deploy the van to after-school programs and schools, and they work with the students. They're doing coding and a little bit of robotics, and they have some drones. And Ann says that the kids think they're just playing and learning, how to use these different kits. And then when they end the program, then Ann and her team explain to them, that they were doing science.
Yeah,
they were doing,
learning.
Engineering. They coded to make that drone fly that path, and so it's a real educational experience, and a lot of hands-on that maybe some kids don't necessarily get, or some extra hands-on experience with science experiments.
That's excellent. We're talking with Lucinda Colee with the Volusia County Library Services. We'll take our last break and come back and wrap up Volusia Today. Stay with us.
Volusia County is a beautiful place to live, but if
we don't respect it, who will? Litter is a problem, one that we can solve.
But it's going to take all of us working together.
What matters is that we all do our part.
Don't be a litter bug.
And pick up litter whenever you see it.
Every litter bit counts.
Keep Volusia beautiful.
I'm Will Roberts, your Volusia County tax collector. Paying your annual property taxes in one lump sum may not be easy for everyone. The good news is that you have another option. If it's easier for you to divide your tax bill into 4 quarterly payments, you should consider signing up for the quarterly installment plan, but you must sign up by April 30th. Once you are on the plan, your payments will be due in June, September, December, and March. We will send you a bill each quarter as a reminder to make a payment. Again, the deadline to sign up to pay in installments for the tax year is April 30th. The application to sign up and more information is on our website at vctaxcollector.org/taxes. That's vctaxcollector.org/taxes.
Get ready, it's time for another Volusia County Fire Rescue Fire Safety Tip.
Hey kids, safety in the kitchen is important for you too. So mom and dad, when you're in the kitchen cooking, make sure you create a 3-foot safety zone around the stovetop to keep the children safe too.
Go to volusia.org and check out the virtual classroom. It's made for kids, it's awesome, very informative, and it's fun. Check it out at volusia.org.
Practicing good fire safety habits save lives.
Subscribe to the Volusia County YouTube channel.
Let's go!
There are so many great places to explore.
And things to learn.
We have countless features showcasing history, nature, wildlife, and recreation. Subscribe and hit the bell icon.
Go ahead, subscribe.
But that's not it, there's more. Subscribe and hit the bell icon and fully explore.
Score!
You can access Volusia County government online at volusia.org. Listen to county council meetings, pay for permits or tags, or search the property appraisers' databases. Volusia.org is your Volusia County government information resource.
Welcome back. We're talking with Lucinda Colee, and Pat, you've got some questions for Lucinda about the hurricanes.
That's right. Yes, Ian and Nicole blew through town a couple months ago and caused a whole lot of damage, and the libraries weren't entirely spared.
No, unfortunately, the Dickerson Heritage Library on Keach Street suffered flooding and is closed indefinitely until we can get it restored. I did get good news yesterday that we are going to proceed with starting that process, so I'm very happy about that. But in the meantime, we have brought in a portable at the site. It's right there in the parking lot. And I also found out yesterday that the power's been turned on, so we are getting ready to set it up and open shop in the portable while we work to restore that Dickerson Library. So folks in the community will be very pleased to have their library back in their neighborhood.
Oh, that's great. Will they be able to browse through some books in the portable?
Yeah, it'll be a small collection, but there will be a collection then. Of course, they can borrow. We can put reservations on any item at any library, and it'll be there the next day. So they'll have access to the full collection, but they'll have the computers back. Public access computers are high use at that location, so we'll have computers for adults and for children, and the Wi-Fi will get turned back on, and they can check out hotspots and books and whatever they need, and it'll be smaller scale, but we'll be open for business.
That's excellent. Well,
That's
Lucinda,
great.
thank you so much for being on the show today. I hope you have a great holiday season, and there's a little buzz or word around the county that you're Lucinda Griswold, and you've got some work to do around the house putting lights up yet.
Yeah, I do. I love Christmas lights, and I have a Christmas display, much to my husband's chagrin, but
that's excellent.
But yeah,
that's excellent.
We light it up.
Well, you have a safe holiday season, and with that, we'll close Volusia Today. Thank you so much for listening. Take care, stay safe, and help your neighbors. Have a great today.
If you have a comment about Volusia Today, or if there is a topic you would like to hear featured, please contact Volusia County Community Information at 1-866-345-0345.